most of you know the old story about the astronaut who went far out into space and was asked on his return whether he had been to heaven and seen God. And he said yes. And so they said to him, well, what about God? And he said, she is black. And although this is a very well-known and well-worn story, it is very profound. Because, I tell you, I knew a monk who started out in life as pretty much of an agnostic or an atheist. And then he began to read Henri Bergson, the French philosopher who proclaimed the vital force, the élan vital, and so on. And the more he read into this kind of philosophy, the more he saw that these people were really talking about God. And I've read a great deal of theological reasoning about the existence of God. And they all start out on this line. If you are intelligent and reasonable, you cannot be the product of a mechanical and meaningless universe. Figs do not grow on thistles. Grapes do not grow on thorns. And therefore, you, as an expression of the universe, as an aperture through which the universe is observing itself, cannot be a mere fluke. Because if this world peoples, as a tree brings forth fruit, then the universe itself, the energy which underlies it, what it's all about, the ground of being, as Paul Tillich called it, must be intelligent. That intelligence, that marvelous designing power which produces all this, is the biblical God.
In summertime, the sun's on its short circuit, so guess what stays lit up the whole time? Even though the other countries over here are dark and the United States is lit up in the daytime, these countries are dark, well, guess what's still lit up? The North Pole, the Arctic. No matter where it is, its circuit is so short, it keeps it lit up the whole time. You see how its circuit is so small that it doesn't even set. It comes right back around because it's making a very small circle around the North Pole, the summer solstice.
I did a little research on it. You know where the moon's supposed to be at right now? It's supposed to be over Australia. And that's all fine and dandy, but there's a problem with that. Do you know what's between the United States and Australia? Half the earth, half of a globe, half of a ball. Wake up, people. The sun and moon rotate above a flat earth, just like the Bible says it does.
tells us that there are angels in the late section of the book of Enoch that portray them as a class of celestial beings, along with the cherubim of the Satorium, that sleep but guard the throne of God. The wheels of Hegelian in fairy flame and burning fire, the four-eyed covered wheels, each composed of two nested wheels. The four wheels more with chlorium because the spirit of the cherubim is in them. And as you can see here in the 1888 Flammarion engraving, you have Enoch reaching through the firmament. You have the tree of life, you have the sun, you have the moon, and you have the stars within the firmament. The tree of life, Enoch reaching through the firmament. And what does he see on the other side of the firmament in the heavens? The wheels of Ezekiel. The wheels of Ezekiel. Two wheels together as of four. You see that right there? What's that? Four wheels. As we take a look at the stars and the planets, don't they look like wheels with the spirit, the angel, right inside of them? Take a good look at these videos. These are the wheels of Ezekiel that you can see through the firmament. And they have the angels inside of them, the watchers, the guardians, watching over the earth. See it plain as day right here. Two wheels inside of each other. And again, right here, you can see the two wheels spinning within the side of each other and the angel in the middle. And again here, two wheels within each other with the angel in the middle. And those are the guardians. Aren't they so beautiful? On the other side of the firmament of water. And yes, it is water. God's creation is there for all to see. All one has to do is free themselves from the shackles of indoctrination.